You know, we could all use some encouragement. And I've got some good news for you. Welcome to 5 Minutes with Mark. Greetings, friends. Welcome back to 5 Minutes with Mark. I might even get this one done in 5 minutes. I don't know. Been running about 7 minutes lately, but I don't think anybody cares that much. Today, one verse. We are in the Gospel of Mark, chapter 3, and we are going to read verse 27. Remember, last time, Jesus is addressing the scribes who are saying he's casting out demons by the power of Beelzebub, the ruler of the demons. And then he gives this little cryptic thing after he says, if Satan is risen up against himself and is divided, he can't stand but has an end. That's verse 26. Then in verse 27, no one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first binds the strong man, and then he will plunder his house. You know, Jesus occasionally throws out a little cryptic thing like this, right? I mean, this is an interesting little verse that I have heard used in so many different ways. A lot of people will use this as a spiritual warfare verse, right? That if we're doing warfare against demons and demonic beings, and we have to bind them. We're going to bind Satan, right? You hear people pray this. We're going to bind Satan. We bind Satan and cast him out of this place. Okay. I really don't know that we have the power to bind Satan. We certainly have the power to pray against the forces of evil and expect that the angelic forces, God's army, in the spiritual realm, are on our side and are fighting for us. We know this is true. But the idea that we are supposed to be binding the enemy, well, I'm not sure. And I really don't believe that's what is going on in this verse. And this verse is used in that way a lot. See, a lot of people see the strong man is a demonic force, is Satan. And what we have to do is bind him. We have to come in with overwhelming strength or with stealth, somehow subdue the strong man, and then we can take his stuff. Then we can liberate the souls of the people that are under oppression and bondage by Satan. We have to bind Satan so we can steal his possessions. But is that the context that this passage is in? Not really. The context of this is Jesus is looking at the scribes who have come down from Jerusalem, who are observing him ministering to this multitude of people, healing them, casting out demons, and preaching a new truth, the revelation of the kingdom of God. And they've come into this scene and they've said, no, you're not from us. So you're not with us. So you're against us. We're against you. You're from Satan, not from God. And it's by the power of Satan that you're doing these things. And Jesus has refuted that and said, that's stupid. A kingdom divided against itself can't stand. Satan's not casting out Satan. That's ludicrous. And then he throws in this little thing. No one can enter a strong man's house and plunder his goods unless he first binds the strong man, and then he will plunder his house. So what's going on here? Well, I think for me, the key to this little passage is, who is Jesus looking at when he says these words? He's looking at the scribes. He's looking at the authority figure from Jerusalem, those who have been sent out as ambassadors from the temple to observe and confront this Jesus. And basically, what he's looking at them and saying is, I understand. I understand that you are opposing me. I understand that you are the strength. You're the authority. You're the strong man in this scenario. You're the one who has the power. You have the power of the religious authority, you have the power of the temple system, you have the power of your position, of your wealth, of all these things. You're strong and you're against me. I get it. There's a confrontation here. And look, no one can come in and just expect to start taking things away from a strong man without some kind of confrontation. And eventually you have to have either dominance, you have to have overwhelming strength, you have to come in with a strength stronger than the strong man to bind him, or you have to come in with stealth, knock him in the head, tie him up, and take his stuff. But Jesus is not being stealthy. Jesus is sitting here by the Sea of Galilee with a multitude from all over Palestine crushing in on them so hard that they can't even slow down to eat. So, Jesus is being about as subtle as, I don't know, a bludgeon at this point. So, he looks at the scribes and he says, see, I understand. You don't like that I am coming with a different message, that I'm liberating people that you have control of. I am taking your control away, and you don't like it. So, there's a conflict here. And I understand that this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy for me, and it's not going to be easy for you. And ultimately, this conflict is going to escalate to the point where you're going to kill me. You're going to see me hanging on a cross, and you're going to think you won. But 3 days later, I'm going to rise from the dead, and you'll be defeated. And truly, I'm going to liberate all of the people that are in your possession now. All of the things, all of the people, all of the ideas and the ideologies that you are controlling and keeping in oppression will be free. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. That's what's going on here, I believe. And as he looks those scribes right in the eye and he tells them this little parable, they get it. They get it. This is a challenge from Jesus, not to Satan, but to the scribes, to the temple. This is Jesus saying, yeah, I'm not backing down. And ultimately, I have a greater strength and authority than you do. You just don't believe it yet, but you'll find out. I didn't make it in 5 minutes. Think about that though. Jesus is the greatest strength in all of creation. I don't want to fight him. I don't know about you. We'll see you next time. I hope you're enjoying this Bible study, this quick devotion. If you'd like more content, you'd like to know more about me and see more of the things that I'm doing, check out my website, theeclecticmonk.com. There you'll find out about my video vlog, my podcast, and a whole lot of other stuff. Hope you'll join me there. Thanks.